Okay, we're live. Hi, welcome to another Tom Hanks Giving with me, Jeff, and this is my mom, Lori. Say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Um, so this is a tradition that we've done every year for the last 5 years, and normally it's myself and my Nana, who sadly couldn't make it this year because she shuffled loose her mortal coil, and she is no longer with us. But that does not stop us from continuing on the tradition. And so I have asked my mother, Lori, here, who you've never met before. This is my mom,
Hi,
uh,
everybody.
to join me in proselytizing the act of giving Tom Hanks movies on Tomhanksgiving, which is a very important thing. You know, Thanksgiving takes on a lot of meaning for a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. Some people are really offended by Thanksgiving because of the traumatic history that occurred a long time ago. Other people love and celebrate the spirit of Thanksgiving and what it means today. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. It also happens to be my birthday. Today is actually my birthday as well. So it's birth giving today. Get it? Birth giving? You gave birth?
Can I tell the story?
No, you can't tell the story, Mom. She would love to tell you the story. She's not going to tell you the story, though. I'm not going to let her. Hey, what's going on, Room Work? Exactly. As Room Work says, it is for family and friends. Happy Tom Hanksgiving to Room Work. But that's actually what I'm here to say is that I have found a new medium for Thanksgiving in the. Thank you, Rick. Thank you very much. I have found a new meaning in Thanksgiving in giving Tom Hanks. And I just want to say one other thing, folks, before we dive into this. This is very important to mention. I freaking Mom Rue says hello.
Hi, Ruth.
I invented Tom Hanksgiving. Okay, it has become really popular. We've been doing Tom Hanksgiving for 9 years now. We started in 2012. Okay, this has been right. Have we every single one, right? It's like this is a thing. This is a thing. This is a Frumess thing. We started this stuff. This was not. Why are you kicking?
Let's get on with it.
All right, we'll get on with. Nana would always allow me to just sort of. This is a picture of Mom and Nana right here. Nana, you are missed. Nana was also an actress later in life. She appears in two films, and she loved to be on camera, right?
Absolutely.
I think you have to speak here. Speak up a little bit louder into this.
Absolutely.
I think it's like that. Tell me about. Okay, so let's talk now about the Tom Hanks movie that we have here. This is what we are giving to the guest of honor. This for today's Tom Hanksgiving. What is this movie about, Mom?
Well, what I remember of it, because if I'm watching at night, I fall asleep.
She does that.
So
It's
I
true.
can miss half a movie. I think I missed the beginning of the movie, but what I remember about it is the relationship between Tom Hanks and this young girl who was with an Indian village, and he was trying to bring her back home.
Right.
And the love,
Yes.
and it ended up, the love was so great between them. I won't tell you what happens at the
No,
end.
don't. You can't spoil it.
No, I won't
I'm not gonna
spoil it. But it was beautifully acted, beautifully done to the period, and I recommend it to anyone who wants to watch.
Question: what is it that people love so much about Tom Hanks, and why is he an American treasure?
Tom Hanks is your everyday guy. You can relate to him. He's not too handsome. He's not Hollywood handsome.
Right.
And you just feel the goodness in him, or you project your own goodness onto him.
That's very.
He's like a Stewie. What was his name? No, the old
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart type. That's how I
Right.
relate to him. Like in the Philadelphia, going to John goes to Washington or whatever.
Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
And the Philadelphia Experiment.
And
No,
not
Philadelphia.
that one. Not
Philadelphia,
that one.
where he has AIDS.
No, but he played Mr. Rogers.
He did.
He was Apollo. He was Armstrong in one of the Apollo movies. He just can play. And Castaway. Think about what he did in Castaway.
What did he do in Castaway?
He was a FedEx worker who ended up on an island by himself, and he talks to a ball the whole time.
What kind of ball?
It's a coconut, and he makes it into a person to keep him connected.
That's right.
That's what I found that amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what else I found amazing?
What?
That he lost so much weight during the course of the movie.
I need to lose
for
that
the
much
movie.
Weight. I wish I could lose that much weight.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you acted in something, maybe it would. But anyway, I just think he's a fabulous actor. He's a good director.
Great director.
He's a great producer.
Great producer.
Loves World War II.
He loves World War II.
And is very good friends with Steven Spielberg.
Very good friends with Steven Spielberg.
Seems like a very good husband.
Yeah, to Rita Wilson is his
wife. Wilson. And Colin Hanks is his son.
What about his other son?
I don't know about his other son, but I know Colin Hanks, who was from another marriage.
Right.
And he's very popular now.
Very well-rounded.
Yes, but he's not quite like his father.
Why? In what way? What makes him different?
I think he's so much like his father. Mm-hmm. His father made the mark first. Right. So it must be hard being in his shoulders. I mean, in his shadow.
It's not. It can't be. It can't be easy to have a father like that and live in the shadow. But he also has a lot of humility.
Yes.
Right? So he doesn't mind being Tom Hanks' son.
Maybe not. But I do want to say, Jeff is dedicating this to my mother, who I miss dearly. And she was a rip. I can't compare to the way she would do.
You're doing a great job. And Nana would be so happy looking down from wherever she is right now. You can't, you got the glare. You can't see it. Yeah, there you go. She would be so happy to look down. You know, it was interesting. She said this last year. You can go look at all the previous Tom Hanksgivings because, of course, I've archived them all right here on the Frumess channel. You can go back in time and listen to Nana talk. I asked Nana last year, I said, Nana, was 2020 difficult? The reason why I asked her that is she's born in 1928, okay? You know what else they invented in 1928? And this is not even a joke. This isn't like, what's it called? I'm not being facetious here. Sliced bread was not invented until 1928. My Nana, Lori's mother, was as old as sliced bread. And I asked her, I said, you lived through the Great Depression. You lived through World War II. I mean, you've seen it all. What was, like, how does 2020 and the COVID pandemic and all that jazz, how does that possibly compare to your life? And she said something very interesting. You know what she said, Mom? What? She said, she said people would not, if World War II happened today, we would have lost the war. People would not have been able to do what was necessary. Like, we get upset, people get upset when they have to wear a mask. Look, whether a mask does anything or not, no matter what I'm not here to argue with you. All I'm going to say is, bottom line, you're being asked to wear a mask for other people, for other people's consideration. And do you really think people would be able to donate sugar or collect scrap, metal scrap, to donate to the war effort? Nobody would do any of those things if that happened today. And that was her point. Her point was that if World War II happened today, nobody would be able to pitch in and do what was necessary. And that was from a woman who is 92. 92. So, I mean, it's a very interesting sort of perspective. What's up, Mr. Red? Happy Tom Hanksgiving to you. Rick James, Mom, Rick James says the following. He says, Colin was a bad guy on Dexter. Did you watch Dexter, Mom?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a bad guy on Dexter, and he was great. His father couldn't play. The part was way too dark for Tom, but Colin nailed it. I lost my wife in May and my mother on Halloween, so I feel the pain in your loss.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, Rick. We're so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry for your losses, man. And yeah, it's just a part of life. It's not fun.
And on a holiday,
it
brings it all back.
It brings it all back. We're very sorry. Yes. Yes. Mr. Red, yeah, you nailed it right there. That's what my Nana was saying. Nobody wants to get involved and work to togetherness. So forget about Forget about whether a mask is going to help you or not. I'm not here to prove it to you or debate with you. The bottom line is the consensus is, hey, everybody wear a mask, and people are going, I'm not going to wear a mask.
Or
yeah,
my grandmother, my paternal grandmother,
yeah,
would go to the mailbox in the apartment building every day to see if anything happened to my father, who went to war at age 17. He volunteered. Think about how many teenagers would volunteer to go to war to protect this country today. I'm not sure. It's a very different
right
feeling in this
I
country.
I see what you mean by that. My grandfather, Papa, Ed Mandel, Nana's husband. I don't know if we don't have a picture of him right here, do we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's right there. Here's Papa and Nana. He fought in World War II at 17, right? And yeah, it's a you make a very valid point there, Mom, in that it's the same thing. It's just it was people were willing to sort of go in and do stuff, and they're just not as willing to do that today. And I'll tell you something. I think if we do know that if Tom Hanks was around in World War II, he would go and try and save Private Ryan, right? He would go out there and he would just do his darndest and try and save Private Ryan. That's what he did in 1998. He went out and he saved Private Ryan, right, Mom? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Mr. Red says, I lost my mother and grandmother back in 2017. It's tough because she took pride in the holidays, but her spirit lives on. That's why we're doing this now.
You've had a lot of loss in the last number of years.
Well, that was Mr. Red.
Oh, Mr. Red. Oh, okay. Yeah. You've all had losses.
Yeah.
As so have us, and it's
yeah. It's really not easy.
It reconfigures the heart.
Right. And that's why we're here to talk to you today about Tom Hanks, because the bottom line is if you give a Tom Hanks movie on Thanksgiving, Tom Hanksgiving, you are spreading the joy of Tom Hanks. So go out, get the nearest Tom Hanks movie. This is what you do. I'm going to show you what you do. You present it just the way that we're doing right now. One person holds one box, one person holds the other, and you pose for a picture and you post it on social media and you spread Tom Hanks when you do this. This has been my 9-year mission, and everybody else wants to take credit for it, but this is what we do. We spread Tom Hanks movies on Thanksgiving. That's what we do.
And you know what else, guys?
What?
This young man, 36 years ago, was born. I'm not going to tell you the story, but he picked up his head with these big brown eyes.
She's telling the story.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
no,
you are.
I'm not going to tell you the whole story.
Go ahead.
And you know what? He said, hey, I'm here, Mom.
I'm going to start a YouTube channel, Mom.
And you know what? I'm very grateful to be with him, not only on Tom Hanksgiving, but on his birthday.
Yes.
I love my son.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Mom. Thank you. Yes. This is, as I said at the beginning.
Did I embarrass him?
No, I'm not embarrassed. I'm so grateful I'm so happy to introduce my family and my mother on Tom Hanksgiving. So that's the bottom line, folks. You want to give a Tom Hanks movie to your family or friends. Take a picture, tag us in it. Okay, it's very important. Go tag us in this. All you got to do, it's very simple. What do? Mom, let's show them one more time. You take the photo, you take the thing, you hold it like this. You take this. You hold a picture of your grandmother if you want. You don't have to. You just take the picture. You take a picture with your Tom Hanks movie and you put it on social media. You set an example, just the way they set an example in World War II to stop the Axis powers from taking us over. You know, we celebrate their sacrifice by giving Tom Hanks movies on Tomhanksgiving. They
stop more genocide. The Italians were.
You can't say the G word on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you can, but it hurts the string. Yeah.
Sorry.
They did. YouTube. They did. But thank you, Mr. Red, and
What did he write?
David Lee Rath wrote that Steve Zing should pose with Glenn with a Tom Hanks DVD. I'll have to let Steve know to do that. There's Rue. Rue has been on these streams since the very beginning.
Happy Thanksgiving, all.
Rick James says it's so nice to see this. I needed a laugh today, and you guys are great. Thank you. Hey, we appreciate you. I'll tell you what. Let's end this stream because this is usually around the time that we would end the stream.
Yeah. What?
Let's go with, we're going to pick each 5 Tom Hanks movies that we would want to give to someone else. You pick 5 and then I'll pick 5. Do you want me to go? Okay, you start. You got it. You go ahead.
Castaway.
Castaway.
Give Them Mail.
You've Got Mail.
You've Got Mail. I'm forgetting.
Come on.
News of the World.
Okay, News of the World.
News of the World.
Okay.
Terminal.
Terminal is good.
Which one? What's
You're picking all of my picks.
What's the other romantic one that he was in? With
Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh yes, Sleepless in Seattle.
Was that 5? Okay, that's 5. I'm gonna go with Castaway. Joe.
I said that already.
So what? Okay, Castaway.
Double dipping is not
fine. Double dipping is not allowed. Joe versus the Volcano. The Lady Killers remake by the Coen brothers. I think that was good. That was good.
That's all right.
You took all the good ones. I'm really annoyed.
All
Forrest Gump.
Oh, I can't believe
you forgot Forrest Gump. So Forrest Gump. Apollo 13. I'm not picking Philadelphia. That's a very good movie, but it's not my favorite Tom Hanks movie. You really picked all the ones that I really like.
All right,
with
you
Tom
could
Hanks.
double dip.
One double dip. I'm gonna go with Castaway. Oh, Bachelor Party, of course. How could we forget Bachelor Party? Thank you, Mr. Red.
And he was on TV with that friend that recently passed away.
What are you talking about?
Buddies. Old Buddies. Something. Does anyone know the TV program?
Do you know that he was in? They shot a movie called The Post, right in White Plains.
Oh, that was no.
With Tom Hanks.
I'm talking about. Does anyone know the television program where he started?
Oh, Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies.
Thank you, David. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Okay,
yes,
everybody.
The Terminal is great. So this brings us to a close. Another year gone by. We miss Nana, and she's not here to help us proselytize Tom Hanksgiving, but it's okay because we have Mom. Mom is here now, and she's gonna.
I'm channeling Nana.
She's channeling Nana. Mom is very spiritual. She's been doing yoga for 30 years and meditating, and more than 30 years, 40 years. Close to 40 years. She knows all about that stuff, and she is very spiritual. So she is channeling the spirit of Nana. Nana can continue on, and her essence is not only captured in all the video that we have of her, because you know me, me and my video, but there's also a performance that is yet to be seen, and it will someday, her in her last role as Bad Nana, the baddest Nana. Mom, you saw the rushes from that. She was bad. What a mouth. Nana was, her favorite word was duty. She loved talking about duty. And she was
zany.
Zany is the perfect word to describe Nana.
My mama was zany.
I guess
would laugh and get embarrassed by her at the same time.
Isn't that the way it works with mothers? You know, I hate to say this, but this stream is I don't hate to say this. I love to say this. This stream is just as much about missing Nana on Thanksgiving as it is about Tom Hanksgiving. So in honor of Nana and all of those who are lost,
right,
you can honor their memory on Thanksgiving by giving a Tom Hanks movie to a friend or a family member and posing for a picture just like this, just like what we've been doing.
And I want you to remember one thing.
Yes.
That when we feel sad in our hearts for those that we miss, it shows how much we loved.
That's very, very, very true. And I do cherish my mother as much. Rick says, as much as one could cherish a mother, I try my best. Cherish your mother and grandmas who like poop jokes are the best. It's very true. We're a very scatological family, if you could call it that. It's just it's ingrained in us in our DNA from our parents. Okay, let's say goodbye. Mom wants to wrap up. We're gonna wrap it up.
He has a friend coming now.
Yes, my friend is coming. You actually know my friend. We'll speak with him a little bit later. In any case, kisses, love to you all. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you real soon.
Nice meeting you all.
Nice to meet you all. Exactly. Yes. Love you, Mom.
Bye.